Mr. Truck here with Rod Romaine, the Chrysler Group. We're here at the Chelsea Proving Ground talking about some of the features on the heavy-duty Ram, things that are interesting in the horse industry, like the exhaust brake now that's variable, and the integrated brake controller that goes from regular electric brakes to electric over hydraulic, and two different settings, a high and a low. Well, Rod, tell me everything you know.
All right. Well, first of all, glad you could be here today for an opportunity to see some of the features on the heavy-duty Rams. So the exhaust brake that you mentioned, formerly we had one mode on the exhaust brake, very effective, but for some applications it was too strong. So for the 13 and 14 model years, we've added a new feature. We call it the smart brake, or kind of the auto exhaust brake for the heavy duties, for the diesels. Still got the same button on the dash right down there, just like we did before. But now, instead of when you push it the first time, you actually get the kind of the standard exhaust brake that we've had before, which functions the same as it always has. Very effective at downhill, speed control for the truck. But if you push the button again, what you'll actually get is you'll get kind of the auto mode or the smart mode, which the difference there is if you're going downhill with a grade, you've got a trailer behind you, you're hauling horses, you're hauling cinder blocks, whatever you're hauling. When you lift foot, when you pull your foot off the accelerator pedal, whatever speed you're doing when you lift foot, the vehicle will try and maintain that speed. And how it does that is if the vehicle accelerates, it'll actually bring the exhaust brake in. It'll slow the vehicle down till you get to your speed that when you lifted your foot off, and it'll try and hold that speed. So as soon as you slow down enough, then it'll take the exhaust brake back off. And we've somewhat softened the brake coming on and going off, so that if you're hauling horses or livestock, it's not as abrupt, so it keeps them on their feet. And if you're hauling precious cargo or whatever, but it still gives you full strength exhaust brake, but it's less aggressive on the ramp in and ramp out, and it's based on speed control. So if you don't want to slow down, you just want to maintain speed, that's kind of the primary purpose of it now.
That's awesome. That might be my second option that I like the best over the heated steering wheel.
Heated steering wheel is nice, especially when it's cold.
Now, tell me about the integrated brake control. I'm so glad you guys moved it from the left side to the right side. I think that's much a safer move, and people can control it quicker, can go to manual operations, and if you get cut off on the highway, any of those disastrous situations can come, you can go down to control the brake controller separate from the truck brake.
Yep, exactly.
Which is great.
Yep. So it's similar to the brake controller that we've had, I think, since 2010 model year. But as you mentioned, we did move it. And we've made some improvements to it, and kind of you can customize it a little bit to the exact trailer, the need that you're, the exact trailer that you're hauling. And this particular one, it's got the nav radio, so you can adjust what size trailer or the type of trailer you're hauling in the radio. Basically, you can go into the control settings, and you can go right there and you can pick, it says trailer brake, so you can pick your trailer. Now, it has multiple trailers in there, so if you pull more than one trailer, you can actually set up for the trailer one as your primary and so on. You can go into that trailer and you can actually pick what style of braking, so light electric, heavy electric, light electric over hydraulic, or heavy electric over hydraulic if you're hauling the bigger trailers.
That's very good. And
once you set the configuration for that and save it, now every time in the future when you come in, if you're hauling trailer one, it'll remember what type it is, or if it's trailer 4, it'll remember what type it is, and it saves you a little bit of time when you hook up your trailer.
Yeah, and that's just how many trailers I have. It's 4. This is good.
It's perfect. We knew you had 4 trailers. And then in the cluster, or in the EVIC, you can actually display your gain for your trailer brake controller as well. So if you want to make a couple of quick adjustments, it's right heads up in front display. It also indicates if your trailer's connected or not. So, if the trailer comes disconnected while you're going down the road, it'll actually give you a warning that tells you the trailer has come disconnected.
Now, will that tell you if the plug comes in, then what if you have a ground wire, or the blue wire, or the brake wire? Will it tell you that, will any of that trigger the same signal? Because that's, I always worry about that, if you lost a brake wire, if it still thinks it's connected or not, or if it does.
Yeah, if you lose the brake signal wire is what's hooked into the module. Right. So if it doesn't have that circuit, that's one of the circuits that'll trigger it that it knows it's not connected anymore.
Yeah. Sometimes you have an instance where you pull the guts out of the plug and you may have one wire connected.
It's happened. I've seen it happen.
Yeah, especially when they're looped over the tailgate.
Exactly.
Yeah, and that's another thing in the back that I really like. What you guys have come out with, you got like a mirror up there you can put in there where the brake light or the backup light or whatever that is on top of the cab. What's that called? You have a special name for that.
We call it a Chimsel cam.
Okay.
So, but yeah, we do have a camera that's in kind of the third brake light area, which you can use for, you know, when you're hooking up a gooseneck trailer.
Right.
It's nice. You can put that on. You can use that, and you can use that to hook up your trailer. Gives you a nice open view. You can also check on cargo.
Yeah.
You know, if your cargo is shifted or whatnot, you can use it for that.
Yeah.
You know, and we still have the camera that's in the tailgate.
Right.
So if you're hooking up a tag trailer, you can use that too to hook up your tag trailer and make it easier to hook trailers up by yourself.
Yeah, I really like cameras with trailers. It makes a big difference.
It makes your life easier.
Yes, it does. Yeah. There's the exhaust brake button and I guess the center stack of the dash. And you push it when the light comes on, and that's a full exhaust brake.
Yeah, when you push the button once, that's the standard mode that we've had since, you know.
And then in a center console, it shows up as amber.
Yep, right down on the bottom there. You see the little kind of the yellow icon.
Yeah.
That's the standard exhaust brake that we've had for a while now.
Okay, so that's a full exhaust brake,
and then full strength comes on as soon as you lift throttle or lift foot on the accelerator pedal. It comes on full strength and stays on until you either come to a stop or, you know, you get below 1100 RPM or you put your foot back on the throttle.
Right, so you got the best of both worlds. You got what people are used to, and you got the new adjustable.
Exactly.
So this is great.
So the new one, if you take the same button and just push it one more time, light still stays on there, so nothing's different there.
Right.
But over in the dash, on the bottom, you'll notice that the icon goes from the amber color to green. And it says auto.
Yeah, awesome. Okay. So that's 101 for the exhaust brake.
Exactly.
And then you were telling me about all the different things that it does for holding your speed without the abrupt stop. So it's going to be great for the horse folks.
Right. So the auto exhaust brake, the difference there is it only comes on if the vehicle speeds up. And what I mean by that, if you're going down grade, towing a load, and you lift throttle, and then you're doing, let's say, 50 mile an hour, if you don't go higher than, let's say, 51, the exhaust brake won't come on. It's set up so that it's trying to maintain your vehicle speed and not necessarily slow you down.
Right.
So now if you want full strength, though, if there's, you know, someone pulls out or there's an accident on the side of the road, you can actually put your foot on the brake. Exhaust brake will go to full strength, and it'll stay on full strength until you lift your foot from the brake.
Now, will you hear when it is going full exhaust brake? I'm kind of trying to remember what the last one I pushed on was, but is it the noise you would notice? I know you feel the braking.
Yeah, the exhaust brake is full strength, even in auto mode or smart mode. It basically turns the brake on a little bit slower, pulls it out a little bit slower. You're still at full braking. It only applies it long enough to keep your vehicle speed.
Okay.
So it's still the full strength, but we've just kind of made it a little more gradual on the way in and the way out, just so that if you're hauling horses or you're hauling precious cargo, it's not as abrupt.
So it's like a power cruise control.
More or less. Cruise control without cruise control, more or less.
Awesome. So this thing's really made for traders, and that's talking about the integrated brake controller going from the left side, where I always thought was dangerous, over to the right side, and this is where you can actually grab it and have time to feather it with your finger. If you need to use the trader brake separately, you can control this. You can see it. I was really tickled when Dodge did that, when Ram did that.
Ram, yes.
I'll get you guys figured out yet.
Yeah, so as you mentioned, we moved it to the center so it's more accessible. And then, we've added some features to it, so it's a little more tailored to depending on what type of trailer you're using. In particular, you can actually change what type of trailer you want to use by going into the controls, settings. If you scroll down a little bit, you've got trailer brake right here. You can pick that. Now what we've done is we've put 4 trailers in there. Now, so if you haul one trailer, it's trailer 1. But if you haul multiple trailers and they're different configurations, you can actually set this up for your 4 trailers. Now within the setup for that, you break it down once more, braking. Now if it's a small single axle landscape trailer, right, not a lot of braking, I can select light electric, and when I save it, now trailer 1 is light electric. Now if trailer 1 is my 3-axle 30-foot gooseneck trailer, I can go electric over hydraulic heavy. Or if it's somewhere in between there, I've got heavy electric and light electric over hydraulic.
Cool. That's where you put that 30,000-pound trailer on that
Yeah,
heavy head.
typically that's where we've got that one.
I hope so. I hope we got some heavy-duty brakes on those trailers. This is good. This is good. It's nice to be able to remember which trailer does what, because everybody has different sizes. You might have an RV trailer, you might have the fifth wheel, you might have a little bumper pull trailer, and setting it up that way makes it easy.
Exactly. That way it remembers your trailer and it saves you a little bit of time when you hook your trailer up.
Boy, that's too cool. You got that. You got the cameras on the hitch, on the gooseneck, on the bumper pull. You got everything.
Yeah, you know what's going on.
This is, and you can tow your trailer plus the neighbor's trailer.
Exactly.
This is the way to do it. Well, thanks, Rod.
Yeah, you're welcome. Anytime.